All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Main Event Wrestling Podcast, a part of the Press Play Podcast Network. You can find us on Twitter at Main Event Pod and PressPlayPodcast.com. My name is Michael Jernigan, and I am joined today by my tag team partner, Mr. Jan Patterson. What's happening?
My man, Jern.
What's happening?
It's been a couple weeks. During that process, I told you I had some big news for you, but I was going to wait till we went live.
You're leading the show off.
I'm going to lead the show with it so we can laugh and get it over with.
Okay.
Other than being married one time, I made one of the worst decisions of my life.
Okay. Sorry, Amanda. We'll apologize.
I have started doing, for the last couple weeks,
yoga.
CrossFit.
CrossFit. Okay. How's it going?
And, Jern, let me tell you. The only thing that don't hurt on me right now is my eyelids.
Well, so what type of exercises you been doing?
Like it's been all legs. Like my first day there, right?
Yeah. You going to the one here in town?
Yeah, Michael Peel and Asheboro CrossFit if you're in town.
Yeah.
Our boys from Foster Street, they own it.
Yep.
And so when we went to Cincinnati for the rally, there a couple of days, they were like, "Come on, man, join." So we joined, right? I get there on a Monday.
Peer pressure gets you every time.
Yeah, peer pressure has kicked my tail. So we get there. We have a 5-minute warm-up session before the workout.
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was done. Like, during the warm-ups, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And so he's like, all right, here's what we got, y'all.
No, we going home is what we got.
We going to the squat rack. Let's find our max. So, I've done weightlifting before, so I found my max. Now, usually after you find your max, when you start lifting, you drop back down to like 65, 70% of your weight, and you build up. He said, all right, now that you got your max, do 3 sets of 5.
No, you can't. Five's not. You don't do your max 5 times. You do your max once. That's why it's your max.
I looked at it and I said, what? 3 sets of 5. So, I struggled through that. Well, then we got to go there, and we got to go to a resistance bike. The best way to describe this bike is going uphill in the snow, riding a bicycle. That's the best way. We get through with that. He goes, all right, we got circuits, because you had to go. What you had to do is you had to burn 10 calories, jump off. Your partner jumped on, burn 10 calories. You jump back on, 3 sets.
How long did it take you to burn 10 calories?
The first time it took me about 35 seconds.
Okay. So
all right, because they want you to go as hard as you can.
Yeah.
My partner, I think it took him 10 seconds. Like, I didn't catch my breath.
You were back in action.
And I was back. It took me about a minute. And then he jumped back on. And so the last one took me like a minute and a half.
He's over there cooling down.
While I'm dying, right? And so he's like, all right, we got a minute break. So I'm sitting there like, oh, God. He said, all right, last thing, and we're going home. We got a 15-minute stations. Your stations today are box jumps, jumping lunges, or 10 calories on the bike.
Just take the bike, man.
Let me tell you. No, you had to rotate.
Yeah, you just say,
right?
I'll hang out right here. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
So let me tell you, I'm 5 minutes into this. All of a sudden, at minute 5:01, Jan Patterson disappears.
Well, I want to know how the box jump went.
I didn't fall.
Oh, okay.
I didn't fall. A dude in front of me fell and face planted.
Like, how high were the boxes, though?
2 foot.
Okay, that's pretty good.
2 foot. So I still got a little hop in me. But 5:01, Jan Patterson disappeared.
Jam's outside laying in the parking lot.
Jam is hugging a commode. He didn't throw up. But if I would have ate breakfast,
good Lord,
it would have been all over the place.
Listen, you just had a birthday a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and so I don't want. I'm little. I'm not a big guy, right? All right, but I noticed the other day, not being big, my shoulders aren't too broad, and I'm getting a little stomach, and we got this guy that I know. We call him Pew. And I was like, dude, I am not going to look like that in about 10 years. I am getting in shape.
Okay, first of all, you got a long way to look like Pew. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
saying. We ain't going to start that road,
all
right?
Well, have you gone back?
Yeah, I went every day.
Okay.
I went every day.
You go today?
We go every morning at 5:15.
Okay, I got you.
And so, dude, let me tell you, it is the most intense an hour and 15 minutes I have ever experienced in my life.
Here's what we're going to do, people. We're going to chronicle Jam's CrossFit here on the show.
Yeah.
On Twitter. We may even make a YouTube page, call it the Main Event CrossFit, whatever. And we're going to find out how good you really are.
Oh, I'm terrible right now.
We're going to have to get some video, put it on Twitter, show our people you doing CrossFit. We're going to turn this into a documentary. I see it.
Now, let me tell you this. We meet at 5:15, right?
Yeah.
How cold has it been here the last couple of days, couple of weeks?
The high some days have been in the 30s.
All right. We got no heat in this building.
Yeah.
Other than a space heater.
You're going to get pneumonia.
Man, right now, I'm telling you, man, Jern, the only thing that does not hurt is my eyelids.
You're going to get pneumonia. You need to get some icy hot.
I got braces that have icy hot patches.
Yes, there you go.
So I'm prepared, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout for Cross Fit Chronicles. Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Cross Fit Chronicles by the Main Event Wrestling Podcast. We'll be here and we'll find out what Cham's got going on with CrossFit.
Camille, Charlotte, all those ladies, I apologize, but I have cut Sizzler out of my diet also.
Uh-oh.
So we're getting serious with this.
You know, Sheamus has a YouTube page called Celtic Warrior Workout.
I couldn't do it.
He has athletes, wrestlers come through and they do a workout they put online. We may have to do something soon. We may have to get you hooked up with Sheamus.
Yeah.
And see if we can
give me about 2 months.
see if you can do Sheamus's workout.
Give me about 2 months.
All right, let's get to the world of professional wrestling. A lot's been going on the past couple of weeks since we have been with you guys, and maybe nothing bigger than that of the young lady by the name of Tessa Blanchard. Now, for those of you that are listeners of this show, you know we are old school wrestling fans. The Blanchard name means something to us.
Yes.
Like, it means something. The Four Horsemen, Tully, Jim Crockett Promotions, that stuff means something to us.
Right.
That sits deep in our heart, and we love it so much.
The thing about Tessa, you got Tully as dad, right?
Yep.
And then Magnum TA is
Stepdad. Yep.
So you got two,
Yep.
I mean, very, very well-known wrestlers right there.
Now, I made the same statement about Charlotte Flair several years ago, and I will say the same thing about Tessa. My heart's connected to her.
Yeah.
Just because her dad, where we live in the Carolinas, like I'm pulling for Tessa. However, old girl had made a mistake.
The Twitter world is not happy.
In case you have not heard, 2 weeks ago, before her main event Impact match with Sami Callihan, she put on Twitter something to the tune of,
women need to support one another.
yes, it would make the world a better place type deal. And oh my God, the tweets started coming down of her having a bad attitude, of her being a bully, of her being a racist, of her wrestling in Japan, calling another competitor a racist name, and just everybody piling on poor Tessa.
Oh, man.
Real quick, Jam, what's your take?
Man, here's the world we live in, right?
Yep.
The world we live in. We've all said things, and people will deny it. I'm not. We've all said things in our past that at that time, no one really considered racist, right?
Yep.
But we live in a very politically correct, very offended mindset era now.
Yep.
That, I mean, if I was to look at you and call you honky, you know, we would laugh about it, right? Someone would get offended.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm not condoning what she done, and I don't know how long ago she done it.
Right.
But we've all made mistakes. And if she's trying to correct her mistakes and if she's trying to reach out to these people, stop. It's the same thing with Jim Cornette, right?
Yeah.
Jim Cornette made a bad joke that another wrestler had used in the past, and the only thing that was offensive about the joke was fried chicken. If he would have used salami, nobody would have said anything, but we live in a generation now where they want to be offended. And I think this is a case with Tessa.
Yeah, here's the deal. We don't know how long ago this was. I did see on Twitter where the competitor that was called this racial slur, she come out and said it's true. Tessa, listen, here's all you got to do, honey. Apologize, tell them you made a mistake, and don't do it again.
Yeah.
That's all it is to it.
Yeah.
And get off her back.
Yeah, I mean, stop. I mean, we blow stuff up way more than we have to.
Apologize, tell you won't do it again, and then don't do it again.
Because like right now, I'm waiting for CrossFit to apologize to me.
And don't do it again, CrossFit.
Oh man,
The CrossFit Chronicles just come to an end here.
I'll be there I'll be there about 2:30.
Oh, this afternoon?
Yeah, I go twice
a day.
Yeah, I do my workout at 5:15, and so because I'm 49, right?
Uh-huh.
So they have an open gym from 2 to 4.
Yeah.
And nobody goes to it. So I go by myself with the coach. So I got one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
So he teaches me form and stuff like that for about an hour, hour and a half. That way I don't get hurt.
There you go.
I'm bought in a little bit for a couple weeks. We'll see how it keeps going.
We'll see if it lasts past Valentine's. I have a theory. You're working towards a Valentine's date. After that Valentine's date, you'll be done.
No, we can't go there, man.
You're getting in shape. You're getting pumped for the Valentine's night.
I'm getting pumped for graduation
and
weekend.
You're done for senior week. For
senior week at
yes,
the beach, baby. Me and Sammy Germain.
All right, let's A&EW. A&EW. That sounds like a TV show.
I'm about to say, man, that's a phone company, ain't it?
AEW had some big news this week. They reported that they signed a 3-year extension with TNT, good through 2023 coming up. So I think this is good for wrestling, and here's why. WWE got to pick their game up.
Yeah.
Because there's not like AEW is going to be there for a year and a half and then close the doors.
Yeah.
I made a prediction 2 weeks ago on the show that AEW, ROH, TNA, NWA, one of them would close up this year. Well, it ain't going to be AEW because they have TV until 2023. Also, they announced that they are having a second show that will premiere at a later date, a second show during the week. What do you think?
That's the only thing that concerns me.
I agree.
Because right now, being so new, they don't have the numbers wise that WWE has.
The roster.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't have the number.
Yeah.
And so, we always talk about how storylines can play out. Well, now you may play these out faster because, Darby Allin and Moxley has got to go 2 times a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The belief is that the second show will be their AEW Dark show.
Right.
That would be on TV. So they've had that on YouTube since they've been on TV since October. So if they just do that for an hour, if it's just an hour-long show,
I'm good.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
My worry is, there's already a lot of wrestling available, right? Like we've gone through the week. You have Monday Night Raw, Tuesday night NWA Power,
right?
Wednesday night AEW Dynamite, NXT, Thursday night TNA's on, Friday night you have SmackDown. Then you got your takeover specials on Saturday and pay-per-views on Sunday.
You still got New Japan on the weekend. You got ROH on the weekend.
New Japan's not on US TV no more. Access, or TNA or Anthem, the people that own TNA, they bought Access.
Okay.
Right? So TNA is now on Access, where New Japan was. They kicked them fools out.
Ain't that something? How hateful.
They kicked them fools out. So that's a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't know how many hours that is. I didn't add it up. But then you add in another hour, or if it's another 2-hour show, man, it's a job to keep up with all that.
I watched AEW from a couple weeks ago this morning about 4:30 as I was getting ready.
There you go.
They had a couple. It was like.
Was it on TNT?
It was on TNT, but it was like a show from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Speaking of AEW, my friends, we have brand new tag team champions in AEW. And the 2 guys, Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page, are your new AEW Tag Team Champions. And once again, just saying, that's another prediction that I missed in our 2020 prediction show. I predicted, you did as well, that Chris Jericho would be the first one to lose a title in AEW.
And he was not.
Put an X on that one.
He was not.
How you feel about these new tag team champions?
I like it because there's a couple storylines. One, you got the tag team champ, and there's still a little friction between Page and Omega.
Yep.
Although I did love seeing, man, right now, Hangman Adam Page drinking beer and crowd surfing after winning the belt is great.
Yeah.
But even in that show, man, you can still see there's a little animosity there.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm curious to see how they're going to play this out.
Yeah, like my mind immediately thinks to when they're going to break up and who's going to win the championship when they break up.
Well, it brings this also is they're part of the elite squad.
Right.
Right. All right. Who is the best tag team of the elite squad?
Well, you would say
the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
All right. So is somebody going to leave now? is Omega and Page going to leave, or the Young Bucks going to jump out?
No.
Because,
No.
even though, we know it's kind of, got a little script to it, everybody wants the gold.
Sure.
I mean, so something's got to happen here.
So we'll see what happens with Kenny Omega and Adam Page. My guess is it'll probably be a short title reign. We'll see what happens at the pay-per-view, who they wrestle at the Full Gear pay-per-view coming up in February. And I don't know if I see them hanging on to those titles much past that.
Yeah.
Because you don't know when their next pay-per-view is. It may be in the summertime.
Probably.
And
those belts will change hand on TV.
You're going to have to stretch that storyline out if you do it on a pay-per-view. So We'll see what happens. Also on Wednesday night, Jon Moxley punched his ticket as the #1 contender for Jericho's AEW World Heavyweight Championship and a championship match at the Full Gear pay-per-view. Now, I missed this match.
Great match.
Well, I bet it was. I hate I missed it. I can't tell you what happened. I just missed it.
Great match.
But 2 weeks ago, I liked the whole deal with the spike in the eye, a la Road Warriors and Dusty Rhodes. And by the way, did you notice who was on commentary for Moxley Jericho spike in the eye?
Who was it? Talk to me.
Jim Ross.
Yeah.
And Tony Schiavone.
Okay.
Who was on commentary for Road Warriors spike in the eye with Dusty Rhodes? Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone.
Good catch. I like that.
I loved it. I love it so much. So we got Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho. Now it is official for the Full Gear pay-per-view and the World Championship.
What I liked about that match, Moxley came out, his eyes all patched up, and so they're selling that, right?
Yep.
And see, that's little stuff that I love about wrestling.
I think they needed some blood.
That'd been nice.
I'd like to have seen a little bit of blood either last week when he got poked in the eye,
that'd been nice,
or this week while Pac was kicking him in the face, one or the other. Over on the other channel on NXT on USA, we had the Dusty Rhodes Classic continue. We're down to the Grizzled Young Veterans from NXT UK versus Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, the Broserweights. Who you think's winning, Patterson?
I'm gonna go with the Broserweights.
Yes, sir.
Although I'm not a fan of that combination.
Are you not?
No, I'm not.
I love it.
Not at all.
I think they're the best. First of all, I love both of them separately, and I love them together even more, I think.
I like them. I'm a Matt Riddle fan. You got me into Matt Riddle, and so I don't like it. Like even going back to Raw, I don't like Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy winning the tag team.
You don't like throwing together tag teams?
No, if you're a tag team, be it. But Matt Riddle is going to be a stud.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
As a singles competitor.
Yeah.
So don't do that to this guy. If you don't have a storyline, okay, I get it. But don't put him in a tag team just to have him on TV all the time.
No, I'm okay with him being in a tag team just to be on TV because he deserves to be on TV and he needs to be on TV. I mean, I don't know.
But as a singles guy, right?
Well, listen.
I mean,
you can do this, and this can lead to a match with him and somebody else. This can lead to a match with Pete Dunne and Riddle going against each whatever. You can build off of it.
I'm not into it.
You're crazy. Speaking of new champions, just like Page and Omega, we have a new champion in NXT. We have Keith Lee, the Incredible Hulk himself, beating Roderick Strong to be the North American champion in NXT. I thought they may hold off on this. Then I thought Keith Lee would be in the Rumble, and then he would make his main roster debut following the Rumble, but I guess not.
No. I mean, I was really shocked at that because I had Keith Lee winning the Rumble until that happened.
No, he wasn't going to win the Rumble. But
I had him winning it.
Well, that's fine.
Now I got my next guy.
We'll get there in a minute.
Yep.
So Keith Lee is your new North American champion, and that match led to a show-ending brawl with Imperium and Undisputed Era. And did you hear the chop that Walter gave to Adam Cole?
I did not.
Look it up on Twitter. Turn your sound up, and man, you sound like a gunshot.
Was it as good as Keith Lee's shot sending my man out into the third row at the ramp?
Yeah, well, he didn't fly as far, but it sounded better.
I like
it. Just the skin on skin. I don't know if it was enhanced. I hope not, because if it was, it would be dumb. But just the sound of Walter chopping, what's his name? Adam Cole was amazing. I mean, he killed that fool. Pow!
Wham!
It's like a gun going off.
I like it.
Sounded like you hitting that toilet over at the
Let me tell you what.
At the CrossFit.
That thing caught a beat down, boy. It caught a beat down.
All right, let's get to the
Hey,
Royal.
before we get to Royal Rumble,
Okay, go ahead.
did you see the best Tony Schiavone moment on AEW?
I saw a GIF.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that's what it is.
Yes.
I don't know what the circumstances were.
Well, they're trying to what's her name? The dentist. What's her name?
Britt Baker.
They're turning her into a heel,
Okay.
right? And so Shivani's in there and he's interviewing her, and he's trying to be nice to her. And she said, "Look, I appreciate it, but we all know that we're your meal ticket now. You have to make money off of us. You used to be, before AEW started, you were a barista at Starbucks."
Oh, I love it. I wish
to
I'd
which
seen
Tony Schiavone turned to the camera and said, "What the?"
F. I love
And so
it.
it was so good because Schiavone sold it
Yeah.
so incredibly well.
Well, she's not telling a lie.
No.
She's telling the truth.
And so it was perfect.
Yeah, I saw like the little GIF of Shivani looking at the camera saying, what the F.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the circumstances behind
And that's
it.
what it was. She said, "You were a barista before we became your meal ticket."
I love it so much. I love it. I love it.
Love it. That's some good stuff.
I love
man.
Tony Schiavone being back on TV.
Yeah, man.
I was just listening to his podcast yesterday and today about the 1992 Royal Rumble, and that will lead us into our Royal Rumble predictions. But before we get there, let's talk about the history of the Royal Rumble.
Let's hear it.
Can I just say the Royal Rumble is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the whole year.
Okay.
I've seen them all. I've loved them all. Some of them are better than others, obviously. I believe the greatest one was in 1992. Flair won. He come in at number 3.
Yes.
So the championship was on the line, and he lasted for over an hour, beating everybody. There were some big names in this.
Oh, it was huge.
You had Hogan, Flair, Sid Justice, Sergeant Slaughter, Macho Man,
Time out.
Undertaker.
Time out. Call Sid Justice by his real name, right? That was like the dumbest thing they did. Sid Vicious.
Psycho Sid.
Yes. Broken Leg Sid.
Sid Udi. The Undertaker. Jake the Snake, Hacksaw, Roddy Piper. Oh my gosh, I just named like 15.
I
right
mean,
there.
just packed full of stars.
It was amazing. Going all the way, the Royal Rumble goes all the way back to 1989 or 1988. Jim Duggan won the first one. What's my man's name? Big John Studd won the second one. Hogan won 1991. Flair won 92. Yokozuna won 93. Bret Hart, Lex Luger won 94. Lex Luger.
I like it. The Lex Express.
Shawn Michaels won 95.
Most
96.
overrated champion of all time.
97 was a good year. You had Bret Hart throw Stone Cold over. The referee didn't see it. Stone Cold come back in, ended up winning in 97. He won in 98. Remember who won in 99?
No.
Vincent K. McMahon.
This went downhill.
Then I think, I don't remember 2000. I think The Rock won in 2000.
I like it. The
Stone Cold
memory
won in
on
01.
Michael Jernigan, ladies and gentlemen.
Then that's where it fades after 2000. But I love the Royal Rumble. It's amazing.
I like it better than WrestleMania.
There's been some Royal Rumbles that have been better than WrestleMania. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, they're talking about WrestleMania being 2 days long now.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
they've had that. They've been talking about that for a while. Wrestle Kingdom in Japan for New Japan was 2 days back a couple weeks ago, and they have not announced if they're going to do a 2-day deal again next year. So it may not have went well for them. So we'll see. I don't know. 2 days may be better than having a 7-hour show.
Well, I give you that.
I don't know though. I don't know.
All right, let's get to
We'll
some
see what
predictions.
happens. All right,
man.
here we go. We got your Royal Rumble card. This 2-day WrestleMania messed my mind up. I don't know if I like it or not.
No, I couldn't do it.
All right, Royal Rumble 2020. We're going to go through the card. We're going to pick winners for every matches. And let's start out with Chad Gable versus Sheamus.
Oh, this is easy.
If this is not on the pre-show, my God, something's wrong.
Sheamus
Sheamus
with a
sadly.
squash match.
Sadly.
Yes.
United States Championship, we got Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo.
I like it. Man, let me tell you, I'm picking Andrade, but did you see the ladder match him and Mysterio had?
Nope.
Phenomenal.
I heard it was good, though.
Phenomenal match. But Andre, I think it's going to be a great match, but Andrade with the win.
If you go back to this show around episode 10, episode 9, I made a plea to WWE to let's go ahead and do away with the Baron Corbin, Roman Reigns storyline. It had been a month long at that time, maybe 2 months at that time. Here in Royal Rumble, January of 2020, we still have a Roman Reigns, Baron Corbin match.
I can't take it. I'm hoping this is on the pre-show.
No, it's not on the pre-show. Here's what I see happening. It's a Falls Count Anywhere match. First of all, which could be good because they're in a baseball stadium. They're in the Houston Astros stadium. So they may find some buzzards or some signs that have been stolen from another team.
Oh, they'll do it.
Anyway, if Falls Count Anywhere, this could be really good if they fight in the dugout.
Right.
If they go down to the clubhouse. They could be done well if they do it right. Here's what I see happening. King Corbin's going to win this match. Roman Reigns is going to win the Royal Rumble. The February pay-per-view, they will have a number one contenders match, and it will stretch out to February. And then after that, Roman Reigns will win that match, and it'll be over.
Oh, my God.
I said it.
Well, first off, you made me mad because I was going to pick Corbin too.
Okay.
But I see somebody's going to turn on somebody. I see the Usos either turning on Roman or something like that.
Yeah.
To give him maybe a little heel push too.
No. That ain't it.
But I think it's going to be. Oh man, I'm just so tired of this.
Roman Reigns could win this match and get beat down so bad after the match that he's a big underdog coming into the Rumble, win the Rumble. They have one more match and blow it off.
I'm going Corbin though.
Yeah, I'll go with Corbin as well. Next, we got the SmackDown Women's Championship match. The champion Bayley versus Lacey Evans from North Carolina. Patterson, who you got?
Lacey Evans
with
the win.
Got a new champion.
Because Sasha Banks is going to mess up somehow and cost Bayley the match.
Maybe
and start
so.
A feud between Sasha and Bayley.
Next up, we got the Raw Women's Champion in the match that could be the match of the night. We got Becky Lynch versus the challenger Asuka.
I got Becky Lynch.
Got her keeping the belt, huh?
Yeah. Well, let me. So I got two thoughts here.
Okay.
One, she's going to win. The other one is Ronda Rousey's going to come out and cost her the match, and it's going to set up the next pay-per-view either a triple threat match or something, but it's going to lead to Rousey versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
That could happen, but I don't think it'll happen like that.
What you got?
Becky Lynch is winning. She's avenging her loss from last year's Royal Rumble when Asuka made her tap out. Becky Lynch is winning. And I'll get to Ronda Rousey in a minute.
All right. You got her winning the Rumble.
We got the Universal Championship match. Let's see. Yeah, the Universal Championship match. Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, versus Daniel Bryan in an old school strap match.
Yeah, buddy.
Can I just say, I love the character of The Fiend. I like Bray Wyatt. I like The Fiend. The matches he has had have not been good. Those couple Seth Rollins matches have not been good. The Miz match was okay.
All right, you got it down as Bray Wyatt. Is it going to be Bray Wyatt or is it The Fiend?
Oh, it's The Fiend.
So
it's The Fiend. They're not doing a big show like this and not have The Fiend.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, it's The Fiend. Who you got winning?
I got Bray keeping it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think he loses till WrestleMania.
I agree. And then he's going to lose. Well, we'll get there.
We'll get there too.
All right, women's over the top rope Royal Rumble. As of right now, today is Friday, 2 days before the Royal Rumble, there are 5 women declared for the Royal Rumble. According to WWE.com, we have Charlotte Flair, Natalya, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, and Sarah Logan are the only ones declared for the Royal Rumble.
Well, it's going to be short.
Who you got winning the 2020 Women's Royal Rumble?
I got 3 people.
You can't have 3 winners.
I got 3.
God almighty.
I got 3. I either got Charlotte Flair,
Yep.
Ronda Rousey, or Sasha Banks. What about back up? Not Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler.
Okay. I got Ronda.
Okay.
Possibly. If Ronda's in it, she's winning.
Right. And I agree with that.
If Ronda's in it, she's winning. If she's not, give me Shayna. I'll go with Shayna.
Good picks.
Give
Can't
me
go
Shayna.
wrong.
And then that will lead to Becky versus one of them two at WrestleMania, not in the main event, but late in the card. All right, the men's Royal Rumble. We have Brock Lesnar coming in at number 1. We have Roman Reigns, King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Shinsuke Nakamura, Braun Strowman, Kofi Kingston, Big E, Eric Rowan, and his...
Now, doesn't Braun and Shinsuke have a match, too, at Royal Rumble for the belt? Did they forget that one?
I may have missed that one. We'll get through it. Whatever.
Braun wins.
No. He's allergic to championship belts.
He's winning his first one at the Rumble.
You know how many times he's lost against Brock?
A bunch.
He ain't winning. He's allergic to him, I'm telling you. Eric Rowan, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Elias, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Otis, Tucker, Rusev, Bobby Lashley, Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens. Then R-Truth declared for the Rumble and quickly undeclared after he realized that Brock Lesnar was in the Rumble.
That whole segment with Brock was unscripted.
And it was wonderful.
Brock had no idea what was going on during that thing. I was listening to Mark Henry on Busted Open Radio. He said the whole thing was unscripted. R-Truth did all that on his own. And they loved every bit of it.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was great. All right, who you got winning the Rumble?
Roman Reigns.
I got 2.
To me, it's no question.
Drew McIntyre?
Yep.
Or my dark horse. Yep. Bobby Lashley.
No.
To set up.
Stop it.
Bobby, they've always wanted to go Bobby versus Brock.
Stop it.
2 big, muscular guys, UFC guys.
Stop it.
But I'll say this. Brock Lesnar will be eliminated before the 4th guy starts.
Who's going to eliminate him?
I think number 2 is going to be somebody like what's the old boy's name that fought him at the overseas?
Cain Velasquez.
Uh-huh. And then somebody, let's just say Keith Lee.
There was an interview that Cain Velasquez did where he confirmed that he is in the Royal Rumble, but WWE has not confirmed it. If he wants to be in the Royal Rumble, so be it. I don't want him winning. I don't necessarily need to see him and Brock again in a wrestling match.
No, it was terrible.
If they want to get in a cage, I'm all for it. If they want to put him in a cage match and halfway work it, halfway shoot it, hey, man, have at it. I'd love to see it.
So I think that's going to, let's say number 2, let's just say it's going to be a big name, right?
I hope it's Matt Riddle.
All right, let's say it's Matt Riddle.
God, I
hope
so.
You got Brock versus Matt. And then all of a sudden, Cain Velasquez music comes up. Brock's stunned again that he's back, and somehow they eliminate him. Brock's not going longer than 5 minutes.
No, listen, he ain't going to be in there at the end.
No. I mean, no.
No question. I think that there's a possibility that Kofi Kingston could have a role in Brock's elimination.
Okay,
to kind of give him one back for losing in 5 seconds or whatever it was, 8 seconds, whatever their match was, that first SmackDown show.
Yeah.
Kofi could have a role in that. Corey Graves on his podcast, I read where he said that he thinks Big E's going to win, and then it'll be Big E and The Fiend at WrestleMania. I don't necessarily see Big E winning.
Why?
I don't know. It's just what the man
Corey
said.
Graves, look, the only thing he's got going for him is Carmella.
Well, that's not a bad way to go.
No, it's not. It's
not
amazing.
a bad way to go. Yeah, I got Roman Reigns winning. I think, like I said earlier, he's going to get beat down. He's going to lose the Falls Count Anywhere match. He's going to get beat down. He's going to be injured coming into the Rumble. He's going to get a late number. He's going to win. He's going to wrestle Baron Corbin at the February pay-per-view and then go on to WrestleMania in
Just
April.
end the Baron Corbin feud.
You got another month, my man. You got another month.
Killing me.
All right, everybody, that has been your Royal Rumble 2020 predictions. Take it to the bank. Don't take that Chris Jericho prediction to the bank.
No, we messed that one.
We messed that one. So we'll be back here next week, next Thursday, to break down everything that happened during the Royal Rumble on the pre-show. Well, let's be honest, we ain't talking about the pre-show. On the big show, you got NXT Worlds Collide this weekend on Saturday.
I like it.
With the NXT UK guys and the NXT USA guys. So we'll see what happens there. And then the Royal Rumble on Saturday night, live from Houston, Texas. We'll be back next week to tell you that we were right and Roman Reigns is your 2020 Royal Rumble winner.
And I will update you on how much I have gained in CrossFit, baby. Cross Fit Chronicles.
Just don't gain no weight.
No.
Don't gain no weight in the CrossFit
Just muscle.
Chronicles. All right, everybody, look us up on Twitter at Main Event Pod. Leave us a message. Let us know who you think will win this year's Royal Rumble. I'm going with Roman Reigns. Jam's got about 15 guys.
Drew McIntyre.
He's picking from, and we'll see what happens. We'll be back next week. I'm Michael Jernigan.
Jam.